listen, let's talk about Stephen A, bro.
So Stephen A has some choice words for Jasmine Crockett, basically saying, like, look, she educated, she's, this, she's that, but how she approaches stuff, I have an issue with because she's talking very street in a corporate setting, and she's just there to bash Trump. I did not want to say his name. She's there to bash the president instead of looking for ways to try to work with him. Um, and he caught a lot of flack from a lot of people because and I want to know what you think about that. Like, what do you think about him even saying anything, what he said, who it was about, like the whole thing? What do you feel about it? Because I have my
Listen, man.
thoughts.
Here's my thoughts. Okay, I this is my thing. If you're gonna say that, always take that stance. All be consistent all the time. Anytime you see that, right? Because when you don't, and when you as a black man call out a black woman for doing something that her white constituents have always done, right? When you're a congressman and you're a junior congressman as well, your power for one is in your message, right? Your powerful one is for what you have when you're on those committees, right? And it's not like looked at you're a congressman for a reason. When you're a senate, you might have a little bit more power, and when you're a longer tenure congressperson, you might have more power as well, though, right? And so I think that with Jasmine Crockett, I think that what she's doing is exactly what I think that her job is. It's exactly what I think that she was, what she was actually elected for. I think that it's exactly why she's on those particular committees, and you see that as well. It's nothing different from what what's the girl who she was talking about? The
Marjorie
the
Taylor
the
Jordan.
the bleach
Marjorie
Marjorie
Taylor Jordan.
Taylor Greene.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene and them and those two are basically the same people for their
Right.
parties, though, right?
But I think what okay. So two things can be true, right? I think where Stephen A is coming from, why he went hard in the paint. I think what he's saying is that, like, while Marjorie Taylor Greene does what she does, it looks a certain way for Jasmine Crockett to do it because she's a black woman. And
I don't care. Listen, I
I,
don't care. That's the part that and oddly enough, that's
I
the
know,
part that I have a problem with
I know.
because she is a lawyer by trade, a practicing lawyer by trade, right? And so my thing that I appreciate about Jasmine Crockett is that she's elected to be authentically her.
Hmm.
People support her and put her in office because she's authentically her. What I'm hearing from Stephen A. Smith is basically saying, "Hey, I got a problem that you ain't code switching." That's
Right.
what I hear.
That's
I
what I
hear
hear
him
too.
say, "You're not code switching to make these people feel comfortable enough to want to work with you." And then the part that I have a problem with, the biggest thing I have a problem with, is he saying, "Are you there just to be a disruptor or are you there to get stuff done?" There's a man from South Carolina who's been a congressman for over 14 years, 15 years maybe, and he's never passed a single bit of legislature, has never written anything at all. All he's there, elected year in and year out, is just to be a disruptor. He has done, listen, he has accomplished nothing at all. And so my thing is that my thing is this: I understand if you're Stephen A. Smith and you're saying, "Oh yeah, you're saying like, are you being a disruptor or are you there trying to get stuff done? How is what you're doing getting something done?" She can say, "Well, this is exactly how this is how it works, right? This is how this is how the behind the scenes stuff work. You're just getting privileged to do it, but it's been done this way for years." And I don't have a problem with him saying that, but say that to everybody.
I do have a problem with him saying
The problem that I have, right, is my problem that that he has to me, that excuse me, that I have with him, for me, it's the fact of the code switching. It's saying, why you ain't code switching to these people? Why you ain't making them feel more comfortable for them to want to go ahead and do some business with you, for them to get stuff done with you? Because if you code switch, then that will. And I appreciate that she doesn't code switch. She seems like this is what you get from her around the clock, though, bro. And I don't think that at this point she has any reason to code switch, right? Like people who code switch, you have something to basically lose. You want to comply. You want to make people. I don't think that she should make these people feel comfortable as long as what she's saying is truthful, right? If you're saying that I need to talk like y'all, no, I don't appreciate that though, bro. I don't. And as a black man, especially, I don't appreciate that.
No, definitely, bro. I think like it even if you say anything, you sound like you're condescending towards her. Like you're attacking her. Like, and that's what it feels like. Especially again, if he would have said it in a different way, it's the smoke he had behind what he was saying when he was saying it, because you know how animated he gets. And it's
Yes,
like he thought more people was going to agree with him, and he found out very quickly that that wasn't the case. Because
yes.
and that's the problem that I have. It's like, bro, you can say it's almost like when they say comedians, right, can basically tackle any content as long as it's funny, right? But the moment it's not funny, then that's where you go too far, or some
Theo
people feel.
Vaughn,
Hmm?
Theo Vaughn.
Yeah. So it's it's like I said, it's the smoke he had behind what he was saying, and it was like I don't even think she's ever said anything about Stephen A. before.
Listen, bro, you grown and you got a daughter, bro. And at some point, this could be your daughter, though, man. And so my thing is that, well, do you like? I can understand if you tell somebody, hey, as long as you working for them peoples, you know what I'm saying, then you're gonna have to go ahead and comply and code switch because you're in there, you're working for them people. But my thing is that if you're working, if you've been elected by them people, right? They elected you to be who you are, though, bro. And I think that the fact that you're implying that you don't like that she ain't code switching in that setting, I got a problem with that though, bro. And my thing is that I got a problem with that coming from Stephen A. Smith, especially because he was one that already went on record. And when he tweeted, said, I wake up every morning thinking about how I can make my boss and them some more money, right? I've seen him say, well, you know, the reason why I didn't vote for Donald Trump or I didn't support Donald Trump because I don't like some of the stuff that he do. It's like, wait a minute though, bro. There's a lot to do like there's a lot. It ain't just a couple of things. Or it's like to me, I tell you all the time, if you support him, if you support this president though, bro, he is just your cup of tea. And he to me, though, I'm gonna be honest with you though, bro. And I like Stephen A. Smith, and I think that for some reason he has a significant place in black culture. I think that he is one of those people when you think of black people in sports media, he is one of the first five names you can think of, if not number one. So I do like him for the culture. But I think that to me, this is when you start to step outside of your bag, your area, right? And you start to tackle all this other stuff. And now it's not about your, not at all about your expertise in sports because that was your background. This is now you're telling your opinion. So now you're opening up to people to be able to dissect your opinion. And when you get into politics, though, bro, it's just like, well, what exactly you said? Because to me, there's a thin gray area, a very thin gray area when it comes to politics in 2025. To me, I think that more than any other time, you have to pick a side, though, bro. And when you start to look like you are kind of teetering, then you kind of look like to me that you might want to be a Trump supporter. You just don't want to be called a Trump supporter, though, bro. And that's to me where I've seen him from his political stance for the last couple times. It's almost been feeling like it's given to me like if he just wasn't so bad publicly, I might rock with him, I might move with him
Yeah,
more.
I don't agree with that. I have watched Stephen A make comments. I don't necessarily think that he's teetering. I think he just gives his opinion on everything. Like I like the fact that he does get to have commentary on different platforms that a lot of Democrats wouldn't necessarily be able to get on. Because he does, there's sometimes that he gives it to 45, 47 too. Uh, but I just feel like this felt more Jason Whitlockish to me than
Yes,
anything that
it
Stephen
does.
A.
It does.
Yes.
It sounds very. And that's the thing. For you to have had such harsh words about Jason Whitlock, and now you're coming across looking very much like him. That bro, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it, bro.